Hey, my name's Sarah Sims, and you're tuned in to the latest edition of my Dance Music Masterclass. Today we're going to check out a few mid-side EQ tips. Mid-side EQing is the practice of applying EQ to the mid and side channels individually. I'm going to begin with a mix that has a few elements that are in the same frequency range, a vocal and a synth. Masking will generally occur on these tracks as they occupy the same frequency spectrum. Rather than panning these elements, I will use mid-side EQing to make the vocal the main element in the middle of the mix. On the vocal, I've added FabFilter's Pro Q3, which has mid-side capabilities. I'm going to add a bell EQ, and then find the main frequency of these vocals that I want to emphasize. So I've chosen my frequency already. It's just a bit above 3000 Hertz. Generally on a vocal, you want to emphasize somewhere between 2000 and 4000 Hertz. Next, what I'm going to do is I will choose the stereo placement here, and I'm going to choose mid because I'm going to be boosting the mid in the vocals. And then I'm also going to make this dynamic just to give a little bit more movement. And let's boost this up by about 2.5 dB. And let's go ahead, we'll listen to the vocals with and without the EQ.
Let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go.
So only the mid frequencies have been boosted on the vocals. I'm going to EQ the synth in the opposite way. So I will option drag this EQ over to the synth track, open up the EQ, and instead of boosting the mids, what I want to do is I want to cut the mids here. So I'm going to make this -3 dB. So now I'm cutting the mids here, and what this does is it creates more space for the vocals to pop through the mix in the mids. Let's listen to the vocals and the synth together, and I will turn this EQ on and off so we can hear what it sounds like.
Let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go. Let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go. If you let
Next, I'm going to add a hi-hat to the mix, and I'm going to use the side from the mid-side EQ, or I'm going to be boosting the sides of the hi-hat to give them kind of more top-end sparkle. So let's go down to the hi-hats here. We'll go over to the closed hat. Let's turn that on. The vocals and the synth are turned off there. Close this out, and let's open up the EQ here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a boost in the high end of the hi-hats, and generally that's somewhere between 8 and 10 kHz. So 8000. Instead of this bell EQ, I'm going to go with the shelf. And then next we will choose a stereo placement. Let's go with sides. And I'm also going to make this dynamic just to give a little bit more movement. And let's boost this. I'm going to boost by quite a lot just so we can hear the difference. And I would really recommend listening to this with headphones. So here we go. Here's just the closed hat on its own, and I'll play it with and without the EQ. So it's a subtle change, but the side frequencies of the hi-hats have definitely been boosted. I'm going to go ahead and play a few more of these track elements together, and we can listen to the mix. I should have created some more space.
let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go. If you let me in, don't let me go.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these mid-side EQ techniques. Be sure to tune in next month for the next edition of my Dance Music Masterclass.